I don't need your bad juju following me around tonight, lady. Oh no! I don't need your bad juju following me around tonight, lady. I don't need your bad juju following me around tonight, lady. Why do you guys care so much? It makes our lives easier, doesn't it? Why do you guys care so much? It makes our lives easier, doesn't it? Why do you guys care so much? It makes our lives easier, doesn't it? Why do you guys care so much? It makes our lives easier, doesn't it? Classic. Iconic. Timeless. Ray-Ban started making sunglasses in 1936. The distinct shape and technology was to aid U.S. Air Force pilots during flight. This is where the name aviator comes from. The classic lens shape, known as the teardrop, dips down the face towards the top of the cheek. Not everyone can pull off the aviator look. Folly is an endless maze. Tangled roots perplex her ways. How many have fallen there? They stumble all night over bones of the dead, and feel they know not what but care, and wish to lead others when they should be led. O earth, return! Arise from out the dewy grass. Night is worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Youth of delight, come hither and see the opening morn, image of truth newborn. Folly is an endless maze. Tangled roots perplex her ways. How many have fallen there? They stumble all night over bones of the dead, and feel they know not what but care, and wish to lead others when they should be led. O earth, return! Arise from out the dewy grass. Night is worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Youth of delight, come hither, and see the opening morn, image of truth newborn. Some say that martial arts cannot exist outside of war, but I do not share that view at all. The mental and physical powers that can be obtained through rigorous training can help to create a better world. This too is a part of martial arts. Let's have an honest match. I really hope this was an educational experience for you too. May we spar again soon. Well, at first, none of us held a high opinion of the other, right? But by training together, we came to accept, even respect, one another. That someone of your abilities would serve Tokugawa. Forgive my boldness, but anyone capable of defeating the Blue Demon should definitely be in the employ of the Satsuma. Kamu for pleasure next time, not business. We'll have a drink or two. Okubo included, of course. They refused to show proper respect. We couldn't allow such an affront to go unpunished. Only the Satsuma can lead this country to greatness. Don't you understand this? All right, you blasphemous vandals. Allow me to administer your last rites. I would have beaten you, black and blue, if you were another one after those flowers. But it's the soil you want? Take what you need. I'm guessing you heard about the time I carried 16 bales of rice at once. Though I personally don't consider that much of an achievement. You see, great feats are not carried out by brute strength, but mental preparation. All human beings are capable of the extraordinary if they set their minds to it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Who are you? And what are you doing at our dojo? The master isn't here right now. As for where he is, our dojo welcomes competition from other sword schools. Why don't we continue this conversation after some sparring? That got the blood pumping, eh? The master is out training by the riverbank, not far from here. Do go and see him. I haven't introduced myself. Shinpachi Nagakura. And this cold fish is Hajime Saito. Maybe it's his face. Hijikata is a fine man, but he's not exactly charming. I, on the other hand, am different, as you can tell. I can't quite explain it, but you won't go wrong following Kondo. So much so that I've practically moved into his dojo. There aren't many men capable of making full use of my strengths. So, You've sided with the enemy. You damn fool. I got careless. I'll get you some soldiers if you can trounce the whole lot of us. 'Cause that's the way we do things in Edo. And he wants me to sort the wheat from the chaff. I ain't got time for that. Especially now some gang's been starting fires round Sensoji Temple. Point is, I don't have time to be getting mixed up with you. So, go and wash your face with miso soup or something. I'll tell you one thing though. On my pride as a firefighter, I refuse to see this town destroyed. So, what is it you came to see me about? What an absolute joke! What the hell is he thinking? Asking me to set fire to the place where I was born and raised. Show me no mercy. A well-trained ninja has the power to topple even the most heavily guarded castle. So I say, why not a black ship? My lord went broke, leaving me without work. I couldn't find employment elsewhere, so I came to Edo to establish my own dojo. As far as I know, we are the last of our trade. As such, it is imperative that we pass on our art to a new generation. I always knew you had talent. Each time I see you, my soul feels lighter. You are a mountain breeze in summer's heat. Even cherry blossoms blush when they see your smile. I surrender to you. Whatever you wish of me, I'm yours. This feeling of too much quiet first came over me on a night near the end of July, as I sat working at my desk a little after 11. A chill ran down my spine, and I felt as though I was suspended in the middle of a vast, dark void, utterly alone. It's awfully quiet, I murmured. I ignored the feeling for a time as I continued to write. After a while, I reached for the dictionary to look up a kanji character I couldn't quite remember, and as I flipped pages in search of it, I realized that the same uneasy sensation had been gnawing at me for the past several nights. I stopped turning pages and listened. Through the roar of traffic, I strained to capture some other recognizable sound. I could hear nothing. Had my divorce left me with unresolved anxieties of some kind? I wondered. Who in their right mind would think that a building overlooking a major traffic artery was too quiet? I had asked for the divorce myself, and even though my ex-wife had raised all manner of objections at first, she soon conceded that the principal emotional bond uniting us had become indifference. The truth was, she too felt an emptiness in our marriage, and once she had had some time to think about it, she wholeheartedly embraced the idea of divorce. We did hit some rough spots on the way to the financial settlement, but no one would have termed the divorce a messy one. At the very least, compared to muddling on endlessly in a lifeless marriage, donning the same old benign faces day in and day out as we went about our lives together but apart. The decisive action had awakened in me a whole new zest for life. "I'm so glad you suggested it," my wife had gushed in the end. I was not so foolish as to take the remark entirely at face value, but it must have contained at least some element of truth. At any rate, since I was the one who had asked for the divorce in the first place, I could hardly complain about loneliness now. So what if it was too quiet? This feeling of too much quiet first came over me on a night near the end of July, as I sat working at my desk a little after 11. A chill ran down my spine, and I felt as though I were suspended in the middle of a vast, dark void, utterly alone. "It's awfully quiet," I murmured. I ignored the feeling for a time as I continued to write. After a while, I reached for the dictionary to look up a kanji character I couldn't quite remember, and as I flipped pages in search of it, I realized that the same uneasy sensation had been gnawing at me for the past several nights. I stopped turning pages and listened. Through the roar of traffic, I strained to capture some other recognizable sound. I could hear nothing. Had my divorce left me with unresolved anxieties of some kind? I wondered. Who in their right mind would think that a building overlooking a major traffic artery was too quiet? I had asked for the divorce myself, and even though my ex-wife had raised all manner of objections at first, she soon considered that the principal emotional bond uniting us had become indifference. The truth was, she too felt an emptiness in our marriage, and once she had had some time to think about it, she wholeheartedly embraced the idea of divorce. We did hit some rough spots on the way to the financial settlement, but no one would have termed the divorce a messy one. At the very least, compared to muddling on endlessly in a lifeless marriage, donning the same old benign faces day in and day out as we went about our lives together but apart. The decisive action had awakened in me a whole new zest for life. "I'm so glad you suggested it," my wife had gushed in the end. I was not so foolish as to take the remark entirely at face value, but it must have contained at least some element of truth. At any rate, since I was the one who had asked for the divorce in the first place, I could hardly complain about loneliness now. So what if it was too quiet? Was
fighter pilot, personal development, avatar.
チョコレートの間に、チョコレートの中で、チョコレート。何やってんのよ、お前。さっき聞こえないか、この野郎。ふざけんなよ、お前。ちゃんと説明したのに、何を分かってないだろう。てめえ。 Come on. Come on. Ooh, nearly. Oh. No way! I can't believe you beat me. Sometimes it pays to stay in bed on Monday, rather than spending the rest of the week debunking Monday's code.
Oh, oops. Silly me. I'm Yulin, King Uma's handmaid. He's a very kind ruler, you see, and he worries about making decisions that lead to people getting hurt. You are absolutely and completely wrong about yourself, and you mistake your kindness for weakness. Announcing His Majesty, King Uma. Today, Hugo, you will see firsthand just how far my archery has come. Looking for you, of course. Along came our training day, and my teacher never showed up. You held back, Hugo. I knew you would treat me like a child again. Well, what do you expect? Of course I'm going to be sad. I lost. It's not the same as when I was little. Why, I am Selbineth, a traveler beckoned here by the god of the myriad plains. You and your companions have been invited to test your strength. I'm here to tell you where to go. So, do you accept? You might die, but only a little. The odds are probably sort of average that you might find your way back. Pah! But very well. Visit me again when you feel strong enough to be tested. Show you the way? You'll have to beat me first. Sorry, but my talents are already spoken for. Can't go traipsing off with you until I reconnect with... I scoured the land for a worthy opponent and came up shorter than a gnome doing the limbo. It's you or no one, babe. Which is what makes it fun. Yay! Also, don't try and pretend you're not into it. I see your eye. It's gleaming all over the place. Shall I show you what a spear can truly do, then? Be ready. Allow me to enthrall you with my spear-handling techniques. See that you are adequately prepared. Why does it matter where I'm from? You ask too many questions. Care to spar instead? Suspicious? I can't imagine why. He truly has nothing to fear from me. Marcus? My king, you have returned. My king, my beloved, this castle of corpses is our abode. I shall allow none to trespass, least of all these living wretches.
Warriors of Kenan! I hereby renounce the king's sworn oath I made upon these horns. Henceforth, I follow the honor of my heart and fight for the alliance. Praise them for holding out. Had we come this far only to find our allies defeated, our honor would have been in tatters. But, sire, this is Don't tell me you've been communicating with Dux Aldrich all along. Oh, but this is no crisis. With every fiber of my being, I renounce you! I am the Arch-Reverend Dirada. How dare you interrupt me just as I was savoring this sumptuous blend of terrorized shrieks and moans? The lens demands payment in blood. To sate, it is my duty and my eternal wish. Ah, but their screams are exquisite. Dulcet music to my ears. Delight made manifest. I shall harvest their lives and grant them the pleasure of joining my beloved liches. What? My liches? Defeated? Must you wretched guardians always stand in my way? Life is to be lived, is it not? I intend to live the best one I can. Dijkstra's burning hot today. Phew, what a ride. Dijkstra wants another go. I've been all over the world, and let me tell you, there's no feeling quite so nice as a good plate of grub. No need for florid explanations. Simply knowing you enjoyed your meal is enough for me. Passing, are we? Eyes bigger than our stomach? Well, my offer stands if you decide to return. Buy peppercorns. That's the grilled tutuva recipe. You delicious maniac. You tracked it down just for me. You may call me Kurtz. If you need something cooked, sautéed, or braised, then by bechamel, I swear it shall be done. All he did was take the fowl from the trap. Ehehe. Please, no more physical labor. I'm so much better at flexing my mind. Hehehe. Oh, we're gonna die. Forget dead ducks. This goose is cooked. Ehehe. Oh, and the name's Fume. You gonna take me back to your town or what? Let's go! I'm itching to pitch in. Now there's someone who knows how to make a difference. I'd give an arm and a leg to work for him. I mean, if I knew where he ran off to. Really? That's a shame. Well, let me know if you change your mind. So what do you say, bestie? I don't suppose the big man's looking to take anyone on. I'd make a great guild deputy. I came here for one reason. To make it big. So I'm gonna make that happen. Huh? What do I mean by big? What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean big. Hey kid, you ever see moves like this? Yeah! Yeah, I rode with them back in the day. Good guys, the lot of them. I miss it. With all the battles you're fighting, there will be wounded, and I cannot rest for the thought of it. So, do me this favor, and take me into your employ. Thank you. People like you, lad, who stand up for others, oft suffer the first wounds. Should that happen, my healing will be at the ready. I can't do much. Not really. But what little I can do, I will. Nothing makes me happier. Now, get ready, because this is gonna sting. I'll count down, okay? 1, 2, 3. You know me, old dog, bad at new tricks. Told myself when we split that I'd stay out of your life, but... Is it true Sabine fights with you? Used to. We haven't seen each other in a long time, but she's special to me. I got a favor to ask, Noah. You mind if I go work for you? My strength is protecting people, but I can handle whatever you throw at me. Damn. Should have known you'd already have capable people. Them's the breaks. You'll tell me if you change your mind, though. Buddy, you don't even know what the mission is. Could be I'm out for blood, looking to part innocent heads from quaking shoulders and all that. Huh! If you're throwing around words like cause, I'm gonna guess this has to do with the Imperial invasion. I'm sorry about that, but my mission... Anyway, your form is looking good. So, we're fine? Something tells me I'm in for a wild ride if I stick with you. Why so surprised? I've peddled in more dangerous locales than this. Now go on. Have a look at my wares. Sure is cold up here. But a merchant quibbles not about where he does business. Yes, sir. That's my policy. Come, friend, have a look at my wares. I've taken care to prevent them from freezing. Move those legs! So much for winning. The mystical and the mundane are two sides of the same coin. The truth is, I wasn't born with talent, and since I can't compete with those who have it, I've made up for it through hard work and years of study. Still, I think there are potential applications in the world for the way I approach magic. If you can't compete in the market, create a new market, right? Sorry, search in vain long enough, and your idle brain starts to concoct some horrific material. Yeah, I don't sweat the complicated stuff. Far better to just go where the wind takes me, I say. Ooh, that's a beauty. Look at the color on that. Sure, take a seat right here. This is a great spot for fishing, you'll see. Some of the best catches I've ever had are from here. But don't tell everyone. I don't want crowds scaring the fishes off. Nice racing, friend. You worked hard out there. I was cheering for you.
Look out! Fire in the hole! Yes, that's my friend's family. We grew up together. Well, he's a noble scion, so perhaps I'm overstepping. But I like to think he's my friend. Sure, he's a little gruff, but his heart's in the right place. He's always been there for me, even after he took on more responsibility. You know him! I didn't realize he had other friends. Oh, another thing. We built a regule that will let us trigger a timed explosion by controlling how quickly magical energy is siphoned off the raw lens. I was just giving my lady, I was talking to the... well, not like conversing, but verbally running checks on this inanimate thing. Okay, there. I checked my calculations against Miss Violet's map and put the marker in position. We're good to go.
To our partnership. Kanpai. But there's one thing. We need a bigger buy.
American kids love GoBots, but we need something new. I don't.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to our very first self-service machine room. You are gonna love this new way of checking out. Believe me, you will never want to go back to the old way. I'll be just out here if you need any assistance, but no one has ever called me in yet. It's just so good. If you step into the room now, the machine will explain the checkout process.
The machine is not working. It keeps saying I have a hot dog in my bagging area.
Do you have a hot dog in your bagging area?
No.
Well, if the machine says you have a hot dog in your bagging area, then you must have one in there. Let me check. I love hot dogs. Do you like hot dogs? Well, it looks like you don't have a hot dog in your bagging area. Well, the only way to cancel this is to wipe the system and start scanning again. So, do you just want to pay for the hot dog anyway to save starting over again? Preliminary sketches for the atrium are looking excellent. Yes, I did notice the Chipperfield influence. Where are we on the... I'm gonna have to call you back. Yes, Andrew. I'm on my way. Final drafts for the second floor bathrooms by end of day. Also, update me when the client... I'm gonna have to call you back, alright?